Okay, so the topic I chose to study was self-regulation and disruptive behavior in kindergarten. And my question is, will a short course of direct instruction in emotional awareness and anger management reduce disruptive behavior in my SK classroom? I've been teaching full-time SK for 4 years at the same school, same kids all day, every day. And I find every year I have about 20 to 25% of my class that has what I consider really disruptive behavior. And I believe that it comes from difficulty in self-regulating. They have trouble with feeling angry or frustrated or worried. They don't know what to do when they're tired or they're hungry. And the way that that comes out is with this behavior, and then we need to help them solve their problems. With self-regulation, there are 5 levels. So there's biological, emotional, cognition, social, and moral self-regulation. And I chose to focus on biological and emotional because I really needed to look at what's most important with the kids at this developmental stage. You learn to self-regulate by having it modeled for you, by doing it with you. As an infant, you learn how to calm yourself by having it done for you, and then you have somebody do it with you, and then you learn how to do it yourself. It's modeled and scaffolded by supportive caregivers, and that keeps going up into preschool and SK8. The research shows that that's the best way to learn how to navigate your feelings and your problems and regulate yourself. There are big box programs that address that now. There are great programs. I'm sure I haven't had access to them, like Second Step and things like that, but I didn't want to change my whole program. I wanted to examine what I do and then add one thing that fits into my routine and see if it made a difference. Because with everything that we do to help scaffold when we're solving problems with the kids, we're not seeing the behavior decrease, or at least not enough that we're noticing a big difference. So in September, I have 20 kids, and in September I did what I always do. I do a little unit on feelings where we just talk about what makes you feel happy, what makes you feel sad. We have a few read-alouds that we do. And we don't revisit it in a large group way at all. We just problem solve with the kids naturally through the year and all of that. It's me and my ECE and my EA. I have a full-time EA with a special needs student. So it's 3 of us that are all on board with this process, which I think is really valuable. That makes a huge difference. So I just left things the way I always do them until January or February, at which point I didn't do any more direct teaching yet, but I collected data on the frequency of this disruptive behavior and when it was happening to just give myself a numerical sense of it. And I'll define it in the paper because everybody's mind is different of what's disruptive. I mean, for some people, disruptive might be interrupting during a story, was an example somebody gave me. And for me, disruptive is the temper tantrum, running out of the room. Like there's big things, and we were dealing with 10 of those a day, which is stressful for us and for the kids. And it really interferes with the learning time and with the climate of the classroom. So I did that, and then I had the kids tell me again, how many feeling words can you think of? In the fall I had done it, and they gave me 7, which is developmentally appropriate, right? They give you all the basic words. Just a combination of development and intervention and all the things that we model for them. By March, they gave me 22 words. So I thought for the age of 5 and 6, that in and of itself is huge, right? And we used those words to make an emotional check-in chart, which I'll show you in a second. It's not a new idea. I saw the strategy in an article, but there was no information about how to use it, the impact on the kids, things like that, and it really fit with my current practice. So I wanted to see if that would help. And then I also do anger management, some direct teaching and circles twice a week to really get to the heart of what's going on with this behavior and how it impacts us. I'm only 2 weeks in, so I don't have results yet. I'm going to do this till the end of the year, and the last few weeks I'm going to document frequency of behavior again, but then I'll also have all my journaling about the impact. And so far the kids are really enjoying using it. They move their name throughout the day, and they'll use it as a tool to communicate with me. Like they'll come up and go, look, I moved my name, because they want me to see. So that's what the chart looks like there. So it has 9 categories because that was the lowest I could break it down. They wanted all those words on there. So different kinds of happy, sad, mad, calm, quiet, or shy, confused, worried, or nervous. And then we have the body energy part of it. So energetic or loud, hungry or thirsty, sick or tired. And there were they gave me weak, exhausted, and floppy as words that they wanted on there. And they choose one, and then they can move it through the day. So the awareness is increasing. I'm curious to see if the behavior will decrease. Do we keep taping the conversation?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Not teaching kindergarten. I know Danielle was the same. I just learned so much. I can't believe it. So your article, whatever else it turns out to be, it can be a blueprint for people who want to know how to do this in their class.
Oh yeah.
Your question. I mean, that the piece that you have from the words that they can do in September to the words they can do now is so important. But then hearing on top that you've got an anger management piece, I wouldn't have a clue to do how to do any of this in kindergarten, but I'm sure I could pick up your article and say, oh, there's something I could actually do about it.
Implement, yeah.
I'm going to include a little list of just some of the topics we covered in our conversations. I didn't start it with a plan because I wanted to see where the kids were at, but we're having some great conversations about like how your body feels when you're angry, or what you feel like doing when you're angry, and is that okay to do in a classroom or is it not, and how to choose something to calm yourself down, because that's what we do with them during these conversations. So I can see you're feeling mad. Why are you feeling angry? And they tell you, okay, what do we need to do? How can we solve it? And you help them come up with an idea. So I want them to be able to do that on their own. Like that's what self-regulation is, right? So.
Yes, and this, with having the different kinds of happy and the different kinds of type, I've never even thought of that before. So we could use that in our grade 6 classes, right, Daniel?
Oh, you can use it any grade, I think.
Because it wasn't quite right.
It adds a whole extra layer of understanding for me and for the kids.
Yeah, and the fact that it was their words was really important to me, because not everybody knows how to use all these words, obviously, but everybody can find a word on there that fits. And if they can't, they're often coming up and telling me that I'm bored, or I'm, and that's not on there. So,
and they've got the visual too, right? The visual reminders of what those words mean. So.
Plus the kids get it, they take it and move it. So you've got all of that and even having the word to access that thought or to name that feeling, that adds a whole layer of self-awareness that they use for self-regulation.
I feel like when they're having trouble, because sometimes they can't find the word. They, how are you feeling? Or I have one little girl, I need to talk to you. But, okay, so I need help, or I need to tell you something. Okay, how are you feeling right now? I don't know. So then she's starting to use this and point it out to me, and it gives her a starting point where I've had to do less for her already. So it's building in the independence, right?
Wow, this is like a big squirrel pool where you've picked up tons of things and you're handing that. It must be very exciting.
I'm excited because I'm seeing how the kids are using it, and they're surprising me. So I'm curious to see what it will look like.
And it even gets into like self-advocacy at a young age too, like being able to come to you and ask you for help, or
to
totally.
calmly express your feelings and tell somebody what you need, or something.
Yeah.
It's a skill that they
huge skill.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.